Hi all. Right, I'm ready for action. Just got this today. Apparently this is recommended by the designer, Mr. Butterfield himself. I think he got a lot of information from this book for the game. Fortunately, I'm such a slow reader that I should have got this about 6 months ago. However, it's always something I've been wanting to do, and kind of wish I'd done it with my Enemy Action Ardennes as well. It's like done a bit of reading into it. Just feel like I wanted to know more about the history of what actually happened in these battles. Like I say, this is all quite reasonably new to me. Wargaming, really. So maybe something I hadn't really thought about, like doing some reading up on it as well. So, however, right. So back to the action here now. I feel like the plexis moved a little bit. I was messing about with things there, and you might notice I'm very pernickety about how things are set up. I cringe. I was actually watching back on one of the previous D-Day games, just to get me a wee feel for, just reminding me how things moved along, and was absolutely cringing at all the counters or different angles, and just big piles of it made me shudder. Also, this was I got this game second hand, like I was saying. I'm pretty sure the counters had been clipped. Yeah, I think they had, because some of them aren't very well done. They've also just been done with like nail clippers or something. However, it was a while before I got my set of clippers that you buy, and fortunately they're quite pricey. They're probably fine across in the States, but I think they have to come from across there, so they're kind of expensive over here in the UK. So, but I'm glad I got them. It is something I like and also cringe about a bit. I know that's a big debate out there about whether you should clip your counters or not. Each to their own, I say, but yeah, it's not going to put me off watching something, but it does make me feel a bit uncomfortable. uh, anyway, okay, right. So yeah, I wanted to push on with this a bit because lots of people watched the previous video, which is pretty much a nothing, but and quite a lot of people made some comments looking forward to it and the likes, and unfortunately, Martin's commented that he'd like to see the optional historical variant about German armour. So I think we will try and do it, and not that I feel like that can't make things easier for me, surely. But like he says, there's plenty of videos out there of D-Day at Omaha Beach, quite a few playthroughs and explanations of it and whatever. But none that have showed that variant. So I thought, okay then, Martin, we'll do that. We'll give it a go. I'm just trying to find where it is. Okay, it doesn't start until turn 17, admittedly, but during the setup, which I did skip by this because it hadn't really been my intention, but I'll humour you, Martin, and set this up. So, if playing the D-Day at Omaha Beach or Beyond the Beach scenarios, place the 4 armour units and 4 armour depth markers in the optional armour box. Oh yeah, okay, it's up the top left there. Unrevealed. And then basically it says beginning on turn 17, a German armour unit enters play as a reinforcement if all the following apply. So I can put them in the box and we don't need to worry them until turn 17. And as any of you that have played this game, sometimes tough to actually reach turn 17. So it might not matter. Okay, so there we are. You have your wish, Martin. There's the four armoured units and four armoured depth markers as well. So we'll see if we get around to that. Okay, and just to read that, 23 it's Rule 23 optional historical variant German armour. It says the 352nd Division included two armour companies stationed south of Omaha Beach. One composed of Marder 3s was ordered to Omaha Beach, but due to Allied air attacks, it did not arrive until the morning of the 7th. The other, composed of Stug 3 assault guns, was diverted to Gold Beach. What if elements of these companies had made their way through Allied air interdiction to reach Omaha Beach on D-Day? So there we go, and there's actually quite a bit of rules involved in it. So okay, let's hope we get there to see it anyway. Mind you, I have to say, if I do end up getting a catastrophical loss, that's what it is, isn't it? I may well give it a go again. I know I have in the past. There was one game I played, no, obviously not recorded, but played by myself that I think I hit a catastrophical loss, but I just actually ignored it and went on, just because the extended game's so much more meatier, and you want to get onto that. And I think I was enjoying it at the time, and I thought, oh, that's a shame. That's me lost. But if you're just playing for the fun of it, there's nothing to say you couldn't push on. Hopefully, we'll not need to make that call. Okay. One little thing, not that it's a mistake, but I talked about this unit. I feel like it might have been a blunder, and I may been better having a barrage attempt at green, because being just a single nest without depth, it is a symbol I need, so I would need to draw a circle. I believe that's what it is, isn't it? Because we're only 2 strength. So the chances are slim, but my reasoning for not doing it in the end was to move this unit in here so that once the other tanks come on board here, once these 2 tanks, which are better chances of getting in without step losses, so full strength tanks, then I'll be able to use them for my couple of actions rather than this. However, if green doesn't turn up as a fighter, I'll be really tempted to move this forward. So should I maybe sat there and done the barrage, locked green up, and then as long as green stayed disrupted, but then, yeah, if it happened to stay disrupted, then I could move. You know what? You just don't have enough actions, especially at the beginning. It's tough to call. So I don't. It's probably not a blunder as such, but yeah, I'm wondering if I should have done that. But however, I didn't. So right, move on, Grant. Okay, so let's go. So first phase, landing checks in the east. So I'm just going to draw the card, bring it down here so we can all see it. Do we come back a little bit? Not that we need to see the bottom, it's just the top part. So the first one we look at is diamonds, which are C's. Well, this unit here is a diamond, and it's infantry. So we're on turn 1 to 3. So that's the box I'm looking at. We're infantry, and what did I say it was? A C. So, oh dear, right. Drift 9 boxes east. Is that right? Infantry, drift 9 boxes east. Yeah, well, he's going to drift too far. So, I think he gets delayed. Yeah, I don't think that's a good start. So, a unit that drifts beyond the eastern or westernmost approach box is delayed. Place it 2 turns ahead on the turn track. So, unfortunately, this guy is going 2 turns ahead. So that's going to be turn 3, turn 4, isn't it? Okay, not so good. And do we have any other diamonds there? Well, we do. So this is infantry as well. So he's going to drift 9 boxes east as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then lands. I'm not sure. Is there any point in me angling them when I land them? I don't think there is there? Because if I was moving up here and then doing it all before I landed them, then maybe, so I wasn't getting mixed up with that. So we'll see how that goes on, because I don't want to angle them and then go into my turn and then have to do it all again. Right, anyway. Okay, so that's all the diamonds. Next, triangles are Bs. This is a tank. So turn 2 and 3 for a B. He's going to drift 1 box east. So drifts into FG3 and onto the beach. And then we've got an infantry triangle, which is what a B as well. So he drifts. Did I say 1 box east there? I did, didn't I? Started in FG4, yeah. So the infantry is 2 boxes east. So 1, 2, and in. And then our circles are A's. Infantry is 4 boxes east. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry for the big hairy hands in the way, but and then the circle for the tank is no effect. Okay, so nothing doubling up there. So that's pretty good. Concentrated targets. I think that's what they're called, isn't it? They're not nice. No doubt we'll see some of that. Okay, so that's all the landing in the east. So move across to the west. Okay, so our landing card for the west. Is it this? So again, we'll just go from left to right. So diamonds we're looking at. So we've got a tank diamond that's a D. Let's drift 3 boxes east. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, and he goes. And an infantry with a D is no effect. That's all the diamonds. Triangles are A's. First one's a tank. Has no effect. Infantry A is drift 4 boxes east. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we've got the Rangers down here. Now hang on. Infantry and DG. Now, did we move somebody from DG? No, he's DW. It's just I've got a different row to look at. So this one's slightly different because he's DG. Infantry and Rangers DG and CH only. So he uses a different row, like I say. So he's A. So there's no effect for an A. He's just straight in. And then the 2 circles are B's. So first this one along here is an infantry B, which drifts 2 boxes east. 1, 2. Right, there's our first concentrated target. Not so good. And the last one, but he's in the DG. So, and what was it? I said a B. He's going to drift 1 box east. Yeah. And then he goes. So, no hits, but there's, to be honest, well, I suppose none of our tanks took hits, and I don't think there's hits involved with any of the infantry. But we have got this concentrated target along here. Now, let's just remind ourselves, I want to say it's 5 steps. Okay, 6.35. A hex occupied by US units with a total of 5 or more steps is a concentrated target, increasing the unit's susceptibility to German fire. The units in a concentrated target are considered to have the target symbol shown on the German fire card, regardless of the actual symbols on the unit's counters. So what that means is they're in, even though these guys are in steady fire, because there's more than 5 steps, if red or brown fires at them, it doesn't matter about the symbol that's on the card. It's an automatic hit. So that's where it's not so good. Still doesn't prioritise that over intense fire, if I'm right. I think intense fire would hit. You would hit intense fire first, but that is more than likely going to be bad. Right. Oh yeah. Just while I was looking up that, I just sort of looked for the table of contents. I'm just looking at the rule book here. I don't know if it's in this flick. I'll be in the flick chart somewhere, I guess. But I figured I was having to go to find that under German fire. Where are we? German fire, yeah, which is part rule 6, page 9, 10, 11. I just checked BGG before I set the game up, just in case, or while I was setting the game up, just see if there was any updates on any files that some people might have made. And some guys put a list of an index list together. And I think I'd really like to print that out, because I'm guessing he would have an index for concentrated fire. I'd be able to look at that and go right to the page. Now, back when I'd played this game quite a lot at the time, I could maybe find rules, certainly placing depth markers and that. That was, always knew rule 9, is it 9.2, isn't it? Yeah. I would be able to go there, but, I mean, that's maybe one that sticks in the head, but that's about it. No doubt some of you out there might be able to go straight to the rule, or maybe not even need to look at the rule. But I like to get things right. That's the other thing. If none of you have watched any of my previous Enemy Action Ardennes, then you'll not know that I'm very pernickety, very precise about the rules. Don't want to get any little thing wrong. Everything needs to be right. It was very tough with Enemy Action Ardennes, but this isn't quite as complex. But I'm not going to say I'll get everything right here. It might. It's still easy to make mistakes. Okay, let's move on. Stop rambling. So we're still not checking for mines yet. Doesn't happen till turn 7. We've already landed our units. I think most people when they play it probably do it the same way as that, but this is the moment that you then would land the units. But however, and then we place units for the next turn. Voluntary delay, that's not till turn 7, right? Okay, so I'll get the next units down. So we've got the 3 delayed tanks for the 1st division. We have FG2, ER3, and ER5. So that's nice. And then across on the 29th division, we only had the one, which is DW1. There we go. Right, let's set up the next units to land. So we're now going to draw an event card. So fingers crossed for something good. Okay, here we go. What do we got? A hero. Yes, good. Well, it is a depth marker as well, but I think, I'm right in saying there is some that just have the hero, isn't there? But I think the most of them, or maybe I've got that wrong to be honest, maybe they all come with a depth marker problem as well. But right, so place a hero on any US unit on the 29th. Just wondering if I would have preferred. Well, I don't know. Probably wouldn't have mattered. And and add a depth marker to one German unit. Right, one of the rules some people can miss is the depth marker should be across this side as well, if possible. If for some reason it's not possible, then you can chuck it elsewhere, but you should place it in the 29th, so over the west sector. I'm just thinking about in the order what to do it. I don't think it matters. Well, we're going to know where the depth marker's going to go. Does it really matter, Grant? I mean, the order it says on the card is place a here marker and then add a depth marker. But I could work out where the depth marker is going to go before I look at the hero marker. So let's just place the depth marker. So we're looking for a German unit without a depth marker over in the west. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a few, 6 or so. Then it prioritises it. Choose the German unit closest in hexes to a US unit. Well, this one here's 1, 2, 3, 4 away. This one's only 1, 2, 3 away. This one's got depth already. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4 away. Yeah. So we've found our candidate. It's the green one here. It would be the one that we had been trying to disrupt. Well, thought we maybe should have disrupted. So we just pick a WN depth marker. Unrevealed. And place that under there. Okay. And then, where's our hero going to go? I think the temptation early on, when you get it, is to do it on a tank. A full strength tank, probably. Because your infantry is going to get preservation moves. So that would mean one of these two tanks. They're both in the same kind of position. They've both got double nests, brown and orange at them, haven't they? So, not really ideal, is it? Okay, yeah, I'm going to go for one of our tanks. So I'm going to go for this one here. So Monteith comes along to hopefully do good things. Right, okay, so depth marker placed, hero placed, that's the event done. Okay, now for the bad bit. Right, German fire phase in the east. Here we go. Right, can't quite see that. Right, artillery's still not. It starts on turn 4, is it? Yeah, so we're only turn 2, aren't we? So would have been another artillery as well. Okay, so we've got orange, double blue, double green. Well, getting a result with the double blue, just glancing at that. That's only a single. Is that on? Yeah, it's just on. That's only a single, so that's not going to fire because it's not doubled. None of the letters matter, like I say, with no armour symbols or hero symbols. So, orange. Yep. Let's go. Right, so the unit fires once, the depth marker fires once. So this orange position gets two shots. First priority is an intense fire. This tank's an intense orange fire. This tank's dead. Now, he's got one other hit, and he's hitting triangles. Fortunately, this is a tank. It's a triangle, so there's no armour symbol, so he's okay. And these two are orange and diamond, so we're all good. This is a triangle, but it's in green. Well, we're going to get to that. So that's all orange can hit. So then, moving along to the double blue, like I say, this is only single blue, so it's not going to fire. Double green, we've got 3 shots getting fired from green. Now, yeah, this is double green and this is single green. I'm pretty sure that it's still 3 shots. Obviously, if this had only been a single and that had been a single... actually, there's a question. If they're both singles, does that count as a double? I actually think it might. Okay, so just reading the rule there, 6.3. Said a non-disrupted position occupied by a unit with a depth marker fires if its colour appears on the fire card as a double colour symbol. In the case of a 2-hex WN position, at least one unit occupying the position must have a depth marker in order for a double colour symbol to trigger its fire. Okay, so that does mean if both of them, if this didn't have a depth marker, then that wouldn't fire. I still feel like the hits, the hits that they can dish out is still going to be 3 though, because there's 2 units and 1. Let's see. Yeah, well, exactly. Oh, sorry. Oops. Oh, crap, for goodness sake. Yeah, 6.31 hit limits of German positions. A single fire, a German position may hit a number of US units, up to the number of German units and depth markers in the position. For example, a lone unit in a position may hit just 1 US unit in a single turn, while a WN with 2 unit markers and 1 depth marker, which is exactly the situation we've got here, may hit up to 3 US units. Yeah, and if the number of US units eligible to hit exceeds this limit, select the units to take hits in the following priority. Okay, so this green position does fire because it's got 1 that's got a depth marker and it's a double, and it gets to fire 3 times. So we're firing at triangles. So there's nothing an intense fire, which we would prioritise first. So yeah, to be honest, we're only looking at this one guy after all that. But so this guy's in green. He's got a triangle. He's taking a hit. There we go. And there's no disruption, is there? It's only WN positions don't disrupt, do they? Yeah. Yeah, so that was it. So yeah, that's what I like to do. He's taking a hit. It's just in case when you get to artillery, not sure artillery can. That's something I'd need to go and have a look at actually. Could artillery hit this guy as well? Because they can only take 1 hit, but it's within that phase, isn't it? Okay, so not really relevant just now. Maybe that'll not come into it. We'll see. So that was only 1 hit, double green. Nothing else getting hit by green. So that's that. Right, so let's move across to the west. Okay, so fire card in the west. What we got? What did I want to look at? See, we didn't get. I've got green. Oh, he got a depth marker, didn't he? Ah! Didn't get red, mind you, but okay. I shouldn't look ahead like that. I sometimes have the habit of like looking at the colours that I don't want to come up and then turning the card. It's no. Well, to be actually honest, hang on, we've not got brown or orange. And now red didn't fire across there, did it? Because red comes across from there, but it didn't. No. Okay. Right, I get the feeling these colours look quite nice, but however, if they start matching up with symbols, then it's maybe not so nice. Okay, so purple is away across here, isn't it? And unfortunately, we've got 3 shots from purple. And he's a circle, but not armour, but we'll get to him anyway. And this guy is a triangle, so purple is going to hit this guy though. And then we have double blue, which is here, which can only hit here, so we're okay with double blue. Then unfortunately double green, if we hadn't put depth on him, he wouldn't have been firing, but he is firing. He's wanting 2 shots. This is an intense fire, so this is going for 1. Now, like I said, this is where, yeah, I kind of like to do that just in case I forget. So he took fire from purple because it was the first one on the card. Now, you do have to go in that. Actually, is the order going from left to right in these? You know what? It doesn't matter in this case. I think there is some situation. In fact, did I not come across a question? One of the questions I was looking up some questions that I'd maybe asked myself in the past about the ordering of the letters. Alright, once we get to that, just have a look at the procedure. Do we have to go purple? Do we have to look at purple first, then double blue, then double green? And come the extended game, do we have to do the M with the purple, then the R, then the P? I get the feeling you can do them in any order you like. Yeah, I can't see anything there. I get the feeling this is one of the things that wasn't in Omaha Beach, but maybe got added to Tarawa and or Peleliu. And that you had to follow the sequence on the card from left to right. I can't see anything just there. Maybe somebody wants to make a comment about that. Just to confirm, it's not going to matter in a minute anyway. So yeah, the reason maybe once a unit's taking a hit to just angle him like that in the German fire phase to say that he's taking a hit. I mean, okay, I probably wouldn't forget in this situation, but maybe when there's a lot of units about, you might. He took hit from purple. Now, he's the only unit eligible to take a hit from green because he's a circle. And green has dished out 1 hit to the tank, but still got 1 because he's got depth. So he potentially could hit this. However, this unit has only already taken 1 hit, and up until I think it changes in the extended game, but up until turn 17, they can only take 1 hit. So he can't now take that other hit from there. Okay. So that's us. So I must admit, the brown and orange, because this was concentrated, wasn't it? So we did get away with that. Okay, we lost another strength tank. Well, you're going to lose things in this game. Everything's going to go at some point. Well, hopefully not everything, but right. Okay, so that's the West Sector fire card resolved. Okay, so we'll move on to the second event doesn't happen. Then we move on to the engineer and HQ phase, which starts on turn 2. And at the moment, all we can do in that phase is start clearing beach obstacles, hopefully. So I've left the fire card, brought the fire card back out here because you can clear, is it up to 2? But only in hexes that are not in the field of fire of any non-disrupted German positions whose colour appear on the fire card you drew for the sector for the current turn. Now, that brings something up about, there's a bit of debate about units being disrupted and if they count. Well, you know what? We'll maybe look into that when it comes. So, am I right in saying it's up to 2? During low tide turns, engineers may clear up to 2 hexes per sector per turn. Yeah, okay, so 2. So where we can't clear is where the Germans fired, obviously, because obviously the engineers wouldn't be alive to do it, I guess. So orange, blue, and green. So this is the mid-tide line. and during low tide we can clear any of that. So we could actually clear this hex because it's purple. That wasn't fired. These are orange, green, 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 blue, blue, green, blue. Yeah, so that's, we can't clear any of them because they were all fired upon. The only hex that wasn't fired upon was that one right at the end there. So we might as well put a clear marker in there. So that's it for the east. And over in the west, what did we get over there? It was maybe a bit better actually because we didn't get orange and brown, did we? So we've got purple, blue, green. So we can clear any of these right up until this is green. And then the rest won't do. Yeah. So it's any of these from there to there. We get to clear 2 of them. So I will do that. Okay, so I'm going to clear this one and alright, I had paused there and now I'm lost. I thought I was running the camera there and it was actually paused. Now I've went to pause it. Right, let me just double check back. I cleared this hex and this hex, okay? I'm not really sure where I'm at here. And rather than stop the video and look at it and whatever. So, and then that's all the engineering phase done. So now we're on the US action phase. So, yeah, and I was about to discuss preservation moves. We've got 2 actions each side. 2 actions for the first and 2 actions for the 29th. We've also got that hero unit on the tank, so he gets a free move. Rangers get a free move. We've got a ranger right at the west here. And any infantry doing preservation moves, they're free moves. Also a free move is removing a disruption if anything happens to be disrupted. Now, just let me confirm preservation moves. Okay, 7.1, free actions. An infantry unit conducting a self-preservation move. An infantry unit in a beach hex may conduct a self-preservation move as a free action, consisting of moving the unit from the beach hex it occupies to an adjacent beach hex that is closer to a protective hex side. So it has got to move closer. It can't start moving along the way and things like that. If the destination hex is not a beach hex or is equidistant or further from a protective hex side, the move does not qualify as a self-preservation move. Shingle, seawall, slope, bluff and scalable cliff hex sides are protective hex sides. Sheer cliffs are not. And I think that's something that can catch some folk out. These hex sides along here are all sheer cliffs. And I've seen it quite often where people have landed here and you can actually preservation move right along there because you're heading towards there, which is a scalable cliff. And scalable cliffs are protective hex sites. So if a unit's away along here, he can still free move into there, free move into there, and then free move into there. Because he's moving closer to a protective hex side. Right, so, and then, but I mean, basically all these guys, like I can move this guy free, I could move him into here, or I could move him into here, then that would be him. He wouldn't get another free move. That's right, and what's the red bit again? That's a bluff, there's a bluff in there. I seem to remember one of these up here being errated. Could I be wrong with that? I don't think it's this one. That doesn't ring any bells. So the wee red dotted line's a bluff. and that's a slope. And both bluffs and slopes are protective hexsides, so this guy would only get that one move into there. So, in fact, well, let's make a decision here. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward, I think. This guy's going to self-preservation move into here. And this guy's going to self-preservation move into here. Which makes more sense. I mean, he could... Actually, no, he couldn't, could he? He would have to go into there, because that's... Because he's only one hex away there, where he's not getting closer there, is he? Don't think. Yeah, because the move from there to there would mean it's equidistant. It's still the same distance away from that hex side. From you know. So anyway, I'm moving him out there anyway. I'm not wanting him in there. That's a kill zone. Okay, so, and it's only infantry that can do this. Rangers as well, but then, well, Rangers get free moves anyway, so yeah, that's irrelevant. It is just infantry. So, and we don't need to do this. It is optional. So this is our last infantry here, and he's already taken a hit. I think we're going to move him. Well, we've got two actions across here, and they're they're going to be these two tanks. Yeah, but both of them could barrage green. That is possible. Okay, I'm going to try something here. I'm going to free preservation move this unit into here. So he's in intense green, and like I did say, I could have a bash at disrupting the whole of green with both these tanks. I don't think I'm going to do that. I'm actually going to take a wee chance here, but I'm going to move this tank in beside that infantry. Sounds crazy. Could well be banking on green not firing, I guess. Is that clever? I'm just looking at every card in the boxes up there. Every one of them is green. Could be a good sign. Right, I'm going to go with that. I'm going to take a wee chance with that. I mean, it's probably more sensible to barrage. The thing that I remember is when we move from low tide to mid tide, anything left down here is destroyed at the end of turn. I want to say turn 6 or turn 7, isn't it? I can't remember. It's turn 6 or turn 7. I'm so going to print out that index that guy's got in BGG. Because I would be able to look at, I'm guessing, tide or low tide and find the page right away just to go and double check. I think that would be most helpful. Okay, anyway, I've found myself in a pickle a few times playing this game when you end up with quite a few units in the low tide, and then it's not been the first time that I've just seen tanks just sink. So it's not what you want. You've got to take some chances. Right, anyway, second action is going to be barrage orange. So, yeah, I mean, we're better trying orange, I think. Oh, I suppose I could go with green and go for the double place, but if green still fires, but then he would only get one shot. And could it be that there's less danger from orange, really? And that's a tank. That guy's not in orange. Well, he's in sporadic. Sporadic only disrupts, if I remember rightly. This guy's vulnerable from orange, but he's vulnerable from purple as well, so... I'm going to go for orange. Right, so this time I've got a 4 strength tank. And the barrage table says, right, to be honest guys, I'm not going to swing across these tables because it's going to be such a pain. So 4 strength, and I've got a unit with a depth marker. So I'm thinking it's just the colour. Yeah, because we've got 4 strength. If it was only 2 strength, we would need the colour and the symbol. But we've got 4 strength, so we need the position colour, and then the German unit would be disrupted. Okay, so we need orange on the card. So here we go. Oh dear. Right, okay, we miss. Damn it. Typical. Right, well, that's that. That's our actions over in the east. All done. Okay, so over in the west, Ranger gets a free move. It's not a preservation one, but they just get free moves. This looks like the logical place to go, I think. Yeah, because we've got purple and brown sporadic. There's nothing in brown. And blue steady fire, so I'll move him into there. So this tank survived. So doing that, it seems... What have I done with my action markers? Oh, I've used the wrong ones, haven't I? Oh, you know what? I'll switch them about now. I've used the ones for the other side. So, yeah, I wonder if do we go into the sporadic spot? It's a good place to be, isn't it? You can sit there for a lot of the game, not getting any trouble at all. I know he's not full strength, but... Because if we do go in here and a red fires with an armor symbol, then that's him. So that does look like a really good bet, doesn't it? I can't barrage green from there though, but orange and... Yeah. So I'm going to use my first action to move that into there. That's him pretty safe. So now we've got that hero as well. That's a tank, isn't it? Yeah, okay. What do we do with this guy? Well, if we're free moving him, he's got to go this way into the kill zone. Now, we could leave him there, but it's not that we've got stuff down there to start barraging purple and green anyway, so I think we've got to take our chances there. Well, let's move this guy first. Okay, I'm going to self-preservation move this guy into here. Now, he can go from here to here, because he's 1 hex closer to this hex. If he went into there, he's 1 hex closer as well, 1 hex closer to that. So that's... And it's a better move in there, because there's only intense from red rather than green and red in there. Purple, green... Okay, yeah, I'm going to move him. I'm going to self-preservation move him into here. So... he's in very dangerous place, but... right, so our tanks... Well, we've got these other 2 infantry here, haven't they? So... Well, we certainly don't want to chuck them both into this hex, that's the thing. So... Right, hang on though. Right, we're going to try... Yeah, barrage brown. What is that? Yeah, that's intense brown, isn't it? Right, this hero, we're going to have a free barrage on brown, on the double. So again, he's a 4 strength. we need the colour, so we need brown. So drawing the card. Yeah, okay, we get brown this time. So good. Disruption. Well, these have got red sides and blue sides, haven't they? Why was that again? I think it's, yeah, I can't remember. We'll find out. There's a red sort of disrupted side and a blue disrupted side. What's the blue ones? One that's showing up. I don't think it matters. Well, actually, the blue one, the red one's going to show up a bit better, isn't it? So that position's disrupted. So that's good. So now, problem is we still can't put them both in, or they're concentrated. So, so I'm going to move. Yeah, I'm going to just move one in, and I'm going to leave the other guy there, I think. What is he sitting in? Red and brown. And we've disrupted the double brown part of brown anyway. Oh yeah, I was forgetting. He's still got fire from brown. But yeah, we could try and go for that. Yeah, that makes sense. So we're going to use our second action to try and disrupt the brown, the single brown here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 5 range, isn't it? 4 strength, 5 range. So that works. We're in his field of fire. So we're going to try and barrage that. Now we're 4 strength against just the unit this time. So I think colour or symbol might get us this time. Or am I talking nonsense? German position colour. And he's got no depth. Yeah, no, it does. It does. Because he's no depth, we can draw the symbol or the colour. If it's 4 strength. So we're looking for brown or a diamond. So here we go. Brown will do. No diamond, but the brown will do it. Excellent. Right. So more disruption for brown. Good stuff. So now that guy is not in an intense fire. Although I'll tell you what, I remember it once, one of my games, there's an event that can undisrupt all the counters. Well, I don't know. Is it in Omaha Beach? It probably is. I don't think it was in. I think it was maybe that last game of Pell we had, and I was really close, and I drew that, and all the disruption came off. I was like, oh no. It was really bad timing, but as if things aren't hard enough. Anyway, okay, so yeah, the only other unit I've got the option of doing is self-preservation move with him. So let's just look at this again. I'm still going to get fire from red, which is over here, and orange. Yeah, I'm not going to take the chance with that, because there's a good chance next turn, everything goes well, a self-preservation move that unit into there, and then I bring that guy into there, and hopefully we'll still got that disrupted. Maybe a bit much to ask, but yeah. Okay, so I think that's our action phase over. So I'll tidy things up. I'll take the action markers off, put these guys back round again. You know what, I'm not even really looking at this flip chart, so maybe I do know what I'm doing. I'm sure I'll make a blunder soon enough. Yeah, that's it. This is going to be end of turn, isn't it? So then check stacking limits, discard all cards. Turn track indicates shuffle, and then move the turn marker on and proceed to the next phase. Yeah, so discard the cards. I'll clear up the units, and we'll move the turn marker on. There's no shuffle yet. let's see, I don't think it comes till maybe turn 4 or maybe later even. And we'll get back with the next turn. So that looks like a cut. We can cut this, we can upload this, see what you think. Oh, right, okay, camera's away again. It's the wee tripod I've got. I've done that a few times. I don't like to tighten up too much because it creaks and things, so I like to keep it loose to move it about, but obviously sometimes I loosen it too much and it drops. Like I say, nothing professional going on here, guys. You just need to put up with all that. Okay, so there's the situation at the end of turn 2. Yeah, it looks okay, I think. Not brilliant, but not perfect anyway, but it's not so bad. It's not awful. Right, okay, I'm going to cut there, guys, and I'll be back with turn 3 sometime soon. Okay, cheers.